start streaming. What projector? Oh, the bulb? Yeah, let's add that to the list of chores for this week.
Putting a light bulb in?
Yes. How many iPad rehab employees does it take to change a light bulb? I think 7.
At least.
Until we finally ask the man to do it. Let's try not to have Mark do it. How about that? That'll be our goal. Yeah, Sharon can do that.
I feel sometimes that we are like totally, I don't know what the word is, but we treat Sharon as our man. I was like, well, Sharon will do it.
Sharon will do it. Sharon will run that cable.
Yeah.
She likes it. Sharon will jackhammer Jean's basement. Yeah.
What? Jesse, you gave me these cracked motherboards. You don't want me to rehive them? China.
Yeah, rehive them. Yeah. We're rehiving them.
Do you want to go to China? No, I'm not saying do.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, is this Mark? Yes. Blood and then earwax. What a week. Yes. Look at Kenny Not Rogers. Yeah, look at that. Mark took the stream heat seriously. So Mark, did you have to go to the dog groomer or you actually went to a regular barber?
I went to a barber.
You did?
Yeah. The dog groomer was like, it was stormy that day and they were like, we're leaving early, so.
So you had to, what did he say when you said, I want a total, did you ask for a haircut or a shave down?
Well, I asked him if I could bring Bear in to get him trimmed up and, if they could just shave my beard off at the same time.
All right. Okay. God damn, he did get a haircut. Yes. All right. So we're here getting ready for course week again. Can you believe that? We're doing
I have a couple of
course week starting tomorrow. So we're excited to meet our new students. And then we're doing another course the very next week. So we are getting all super organized and thought we would throw up a quick stream. What the hell's going on over there?
Look at this one long hair. This one long
Here.
Scissors.
Here.
Snip that shit up.
Where is it?
Right here. Snip this one.
That one?
Oh, it's so gray
yeah,
you
I
can barely see it.
There you go. Perfect.
That'll
Yeah. Throw that on top. Okay. Hey, Jessa had to turn Lewis off, getting a headache. I have no idea. We did not click over to see what's up with Lewis. He's probably ranting about French elections, would be my guess. That was last I heard from him earlier today. All right, so let's get organized here. This goes with this. And I thought Jean had this phone come across her desk, and I was like, oh, what's up with that? Because I heard her laughing. So let's see if we can figure out. And then I heard her say something about earwax. Let's see what Jean is talking about. All right, let's read the note. This is here. Oh, he's got a detailed note. Awesome. My 6 Plus touch screen stopped working. I took it to an idiot. I wonder who it was. I took it to an idiot that said he could fix it. He said he changed out the Touch IC chip. It still didn't work. I then took it to another place, and the guy that messed with it put it in update mode, but my data should still be there. Because when I plug it into iTunes, it says Joshua's phone. I just can't update because I can't enter my 4-digit passcode. Please fix this, but if you can... Please fix this if you can. If nothing else, I would at least like to get my data, but it would be nice to have a fully functional phone to give to my son. Thanks. P.S. I think the battery is shot. Great. Error 27 phone coming up. Change for a new battery if you have to. All right. And he provided his passcode, so we'll see what we can do here. All right. So we had it has a fun piece of shit battery. Yay! Error 27 phone coming up for sure. All right, let's take a look at the board. So this was originally a touch problem. Let's see what we find.
Where'd it go, Mark said,
Under the microscope. Let's see what this board looks like under the microscope. Whoa. Yep. It's an earwax phone. Gross. What the hell is this? Mark, what do you think that is? Ebola?
I can't.
Here, you want to mess around with it? Here.
Oh, that's.
It's totally earwax.
No, that is.
That's what some people use.
Melted crayon.
It's the stuff that gets to the top of your gravy when you put it in the.
Stuff that gets to the top of your gravy?
Yeah, like when you put it in the fridge and the fat separates. Like,
That's fat. Gravy fat.
yeah.
Okay. It could
Or
be
it might
that.
be from soup.
Or from soup. Whatever it is, it's totally
Taste it.
gross. You taste it. Will you taste it? Tell me if it tastes like this is bacon fat. I'm
No.
sure. Yes, it is.
Smell it.
You smell it. You smell it first.
I want to see one of you just touch it to your tongue. You don't even
Here,
smell it,
Mark.
Just touch it to your tongue.
No, absolutely not.
$10. Come on,
No, I'm worth more than
just
$10.
smell it.
It smells like tweezers.
Yeah, it smells like. You know what it smells like? A really greasy head. God. All right, let's see what happens if we heat it. Let's look at the rest of the board, shall we? All right, let's see. What does chat think that is? Poutine.
Poutine.
Yes, that is what it is. It is. What's the stuff that's not grits? That's kind of orangey like that.
Not grits?
Yeah, it's not grits.
Porridge?
No,
Cream of wheat?
no.
I got nothing.
What is that stuff?
But it's like grits?
It's kind of like grits, and it starts with a P. I'm pretty sure.
Cornmeal?
Cornmeal? No.
Polenta?
Polenta. Yes. Yes, polenta. Is it polenta? All right. Your ultrasonic is the best thing ever. Raj says Mark looks so different without beard.
And
Yes.
Larry says put gloves on.
Larry
now.
says put gloves on now. We're gonna live life on the edge. It's probably anthrax. It's anthrax mixed in earwax to kill us. It's sent by a competitor for sure. What the hell is the green stuff now? That's another mystery. So here's some more earwax all caked on under here. Ugh. It's kind of like a termite frass. Isn't that what it's called? Termite shit is frass, right?
Never
But-
heard that one.
I mean,
Yep,
you
yeah,
live
that's
in
what I mean.
Florida, don't you guys have termites? What's the green stuff? There's green. There's
I have a cinder
green.
block house.
What the hell is this? It's like this board was put into some kind of candle. This guy's board holder is made out of a Bath and Body Works candle. That's what's going on here. I want to know who the idiot was that. Yeah, this is total like sea breeze candle.
He's read one of the students. Stocks. Do you need them? Do you have them?
Let's look around here. All right, so there's. God, this shit is everywhere. I mean, it's like kind of turned into a water damage phone from whatever this is. I see Cumulus is kind of sitting up in the middle of nowhere. Look at this. Here's one of the ways that you can tell if your chip placement is good. And the way you can tell your Cumulus is it good or not is look to see if it has an odd angle. If it looks like that, fail. If it looks like it is trying to do a sit-up, that's not good. It needs to be nice and flat, like your PMIC, not up on one side. All right, I think that's Flux. Jerry curl. Yes, that is totally Jerry curl. That is a very good idea. The last rework shop replaced the underfill with candle wax, pretty much. Baby food, peas and carrots, and the baby spit up. What happens when you heat it? That's what that's going to be. Could be soya wax, like you say, from a candle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what does it
Deep.
smell like when you heat it?
Yes, I think it would be great if we heat this up and it smells like some kind of like honey flavored candle or something like that. Let's see what happens when we heat it. Let's see if it's just weird flux. Yes, it is weird flux. There we go. candle wax. Oh, God. Ugh. All right, so on this phone, I'm going to go ahead and take the CPU shield off so that we can peek under there, because if this phone has solder balls popping out of the CPU, then we're going to keep it short. Keep this video real short. All right, let's see. So, did Lewis fix his hot air station, or is he still over there? Is he still over there soldering with his Wagner heat gun?
No, he's streaming from his apartment.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, total rant video?
Yeah. Man, that thing is getting loud.
Yeah. Well, you can. Take that thing I just stuck on top. Like, knock the shit off that's sitting on top of it. Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't like that. Ugh! Let's look under the CPU shield, because it looks like vomit.
What's it smell like?
I don't know. Ah, wax. That's wax.
Yeah.
Ah. All right. Gross. Ugh. It's all like thermal paste mixed with melted earwax. Just under everywhere. All right, so yeah, this board, I mean, hopefully this is just a straight up botched touch job, because Cumulus is not on there at all. So let's start with a nice, refreshing ultrasonic bath. So I'm going to, does it smell like baby sick? No. It smells like melted earwax would smell like, exactly like that. All right, let's go. Give this thing a bath.
Looks like some of those. I think those are things that were kits. Mark, you want to identify these?
Yeah, that's the same thing you asked about last week. Remember? It's the little student projects for building some little LED light project.
Are we selling them?
No, they're just there for people that need extra help.
A little extra help.
The only time I ever used one was that kid that came in here that I was going to have him do touch ICs when he'd never seen the inside of an iPhone before or a soldering iron or any of that. So I had him do one of those to start learning how to solder.
Something changed with Twitch. There's no chat anymore. I don't know how to get it back.
Try just to pull it over, because it's kind of on the right. Nobody watches on Twitch anyway, so we're probably good.
There's always those two guys.
Larry says, I've seen the green effect from Flux on shields added to the IC area when they've been there for a few months and removed. Slidees is speechless. Fixing things for you, says OMG. Looks like nuclear fallout. Hey, I'm in chat, says a Twitch chatter. I watch on Twitch, says Captain Howdy said no. No YouTube cancer here. We don't have any cancer on our channel. Our channel is fun, happy people that love people and like to chat. I'm slightly afraid of the YouTube chat audience. Well, there's no need for that. All 6 people that watch my channel are all very well behaved. All right, so looks like deep fixes Flux. It does look a little bit like the paste Flux.
The stuff that Deep Fix uses, I got some of that, it's just pretty much like pine resin.
Yeah.
So it's not waxy though.
It's not?
It crystallizes like the chip.
Like a tree. Like a pine tree. Like if you
I
jabbed a
got
screwdriver
like
into a pine tree, you can just
chunk
get
of it.
you can get like a little like tube and just, or a little plate, and just kind of let the pine tree weep into that and then go solder stuff if you want to save a few bucks. Makes sense. Gotcha. All right, we'll stick that back on there. Hey, a wired mouse. Excellent.
Oh, it's in the camera box.
Oh, okay.
HDMI cable.
Oh, yeah. So, Jean, what percent of the Touch IC jobs that you see... Is Jeannie still here?
Yeah.
What percent of Touch IC jobs have weird shit taped to them, like, you know...
Like different.
Yeah, like shields and shims and stuff like that?
I haven't had any in a long time. I have one that's taped up to my...
Oh, let me see that.
So if you
Is this for your? Are you gonna start a collection?
Yeah.
Here's a what not to do to fix your touch IC.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
if you know that if it came to iPad rehab, this didn't work out. But it looks so clever.
Chris Long this weekend pulled up the video that everybody is getting that idea from.
Oh yeah, I'm all over that video. I've ripped those guys to shreds. You know what I commented on that video? Did you see my comment?
No.
It says, this guy, because he says like how you could do this simple, easy electrical tape fix, and you don't have to waste your money on, legitimate fixes. So my comment was, this guy taught me that if the circuit breaker breaks in your house, you don't have to waste your money with expensive electricians. All you need to do is take a quarter and press it right into the breaker box, and it works. Why waste your money on, expensive things you don't need when a quarter is all you need? That's not the same at all. Yeah, pretty much is, if you
Your
ask me.
radiator hose pops a hole, you just, as long as you got a roll of duct tape on you, you're good to
Yeah,
go.
or just cut it down and have a really short one. My dad has a toolbox filled with JB Weld, WD-40, some aluminum foil from a stick of gum. You never know. And he will fix 90% of the repairs that he makes on any device with the 4 things in this toolbox. A couple of rubber bands, maybe a chopped up inner tube. You fix a lot of shit with that.
Yeah.
Hose clamp, maybe. You do a lot of stuff with that. I had a really horrible time once. I don't think I ever told you this story. When I was 16 years old, and I lived on the eastern shore of Maryland, which is super rural, but I could drive. I had a license, and I had to go to Annapolis, which is about 2 hours up the shore, right before the Bay Bridge that crosses over, and then you're 45 minutes from big Baltimore City. And I had to go to Annapolis to do an interview for college. So I went there, did the interview for college. And then I thought, I could turn this car and go back home like I'm supposed to because I'm 16 years old. Or, since nobody has any cell phones or any way to track anybody, I could drive this car, which, by the way, is a giant brown, huge-ass car that we call doo-doo brown. I could drive this car over the Bay Bridge and just go to the city of Baltimore because it would be cool, and no one would ever know. So guess which one I did?
You went straight home into story.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
I didn't. I drove that car to Baltimore City. And it was, I felt so cosmopolitan. I'm, driving. I have to stop and get a map. Do you remember those things?
Oh, yeah,
they
I
would
used
show
to
all the
have
streets.
Carry maps in the car.
Yeah. Figured out where to go. Went on the Beltway. I was
wow.
yeah, rocking it. I'm an adult now. I got this, Mom and Dad. And then I was in the city, and the steam just starts coming out of the car. And this is before we didn't have AAA or anything like that. We didn't even have a phone. I had nothing, So this is back when you had to put a quarter in a payphone to call somebody. It's dark ages. So I was freaking out. What do you do in that situation? There's no way I can make it 3 hours home with smoke billowing out of the front of this car. What would you do? WWMD.
I would find what the problem is. I'd look under the hood until I saw where the steam's coming from.
And then what?
And then hope there's enough stuff in the trunk to MacGyver something.
Then hope Dad left his JB Weld in there. Well, I just kind of pulled over and freaked out. And then a old man rolled up in a pickup truck.
Oh, you found an adult.
An adult found me. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what are the odds that the old man in the pickup truck is going to be a rapist or a pedophile or a criminal or somebody up to no good versus just a kindly old man who feels like taking time out of his day to help a teenager.
Well, I don't know Maryland. In Florida, the odds are like 50-50.
50-50. I would say from where I wasn't really in the best part of Baltimore when this happened, you know. So it was all right. I'm clearly about to get raped. So the guy gets out and he's like, you know, what's the matter with your car? Steam's coming out of the hood. You know, I don't know. So he opens it up and he sees that there's a hole in the radiator hose, and he happens to have a truck full of shit you can fix things like that. And he takes the thing off, undoes the hose clamp, slices it so that now it will fit as shorter, screws it back in, starts the car up, and it fucking works. And I was just like, oh my God, you're like Jesus, you know, like you're like an angel, like. And I didn't have any money, I had nothing, you know, like I have like $2.50 to get back over the bridge for toll, you know, and so I was like, how much do I owe you? And he just said, you don't owe me nothing. And then he drove away. I think that was the only words he said to me is, what's wrong with your car? And you don't owe me nothing. And that was like, you know, total guardian angel thing. So then I went home. And guess what, Mom and Dad? I didn't come straight home when I went to that MIT interview in Annapolis. All right, let's grab that thing out of ultrasonic. Good thing my dad doesn't watch my channel. He's still never gonna know. Ha 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 ha.
We should start a separate area for you guys to keep your supplies in. Right in this toolbox.
You think we can build her? What? I hate that fucking milk. That's fine. Oops, I can smell the cigarette.
All right, let's see how we did. So, Mark, if you were in the middle of a live stream and your hot air stations like stopped working, what would you do?
I would end the live stream.
You would end the live stream. Huh.
I don't have backup hot air.
You don't have backup hot air?
I don't think that
That's really
Cecilia's
bent.
hair dryer gets hot enough.
Would you try to use Cecilia's hairdryer?
I might try it.
Yeah. What if out in the garage you had a paint stripper heat gun from, you know, taking down some wallpaper? Would you try to fix the board with that?
Well, it depends on what I'm fixing. I would not try to do touch ICs with it.
I'm not trying to do touch ICs. If I'm taking off a CPU, fine.
Yeah, I mean,
What chips would you attempt to use a paint stripper on? Ugh, look at all this crud still on here.
just a MacBook, really. I mean, there's too much underfill everywhere in the iPhones. There's not really anywhere that you can get away with that.
I wonder if you could get this connector off with the Wagner. It's kind of out here.
I bet I
Probably
could get
it
that off with the Wagner without
I
killing
think that
it.
would be some skill. We should try that with the class this week.
Yeah, that would be fun.
See what you can and can't do. All right. So our problem is this board has a pretty serious bend in it, which is kind of not cool. Let's go ahead and change out these touch ICs, and then we'll see if this is an error 27 phone, which I think it probably is. And then we'll get the hell gone. That cell in your pocket is a payphone. What are we talking about? You can find payphones in museums. We went somewhere and there was a payphone, and my kids were just like, "Oh my God, look at that! Pull over!"
I saw one this weekend in the Nashville airport.
You did?
Yeah, there's 2 payphones. And last year when I took Amelia to the Weird Al concert in downtown Jacksonville, we were walking around and just found a random payphone.
Did you like
I took a picture of it.
go in? Oh, you took a picture of. Wow. I'll tell you what made me feel old the other day. I watched a rerun of The Incredible Hulk. Good show. It was actually a better show in my memory, which I think is largely because at the time when I would actually watch The Incredible Hulk, it was the only thing on. This would be back when you had to watch what came on TV and you had to like it or
Yeah.
else go outside and play. That was it. So if Incredible Hulk came on, at least it was somewhat geared for kind of kids entertainment. You know, so the David Banner and his eyes, and he would go ape shit. And so I'm watching The Incredible Hulk. 'Cause I'm like, oh look, The Incredible Hulk. That's a great show. Let's watch it, kids. And the entire drama of that episode of The Incredible Hulk was all about, the Incredible Hulk guy and the hot chick from the 70s that he's trying to save. They're having to get away from the bad guys in the big truck. And they have to, like, call the police. But they don't have any cell phones. So the entire show was all about them racing around looking for a payphone. And then they find a payphone. And then he, like, has to... This is really kind of on here inappropriately tight. Like, something's up. That should come off. Why are you glued on there in addition? That was way too much pushback from that chip.
Yeah.
It was a little bit weird. All right, let's go ahead and take this one off as well. So then he finally finds a payphone. Yay! And the truck's barreling down on them, so they rush over to the payphone. And now he's got to come up with enough change in his pocket to pay the payphone. The big struggle with counting the dimes and quarters and...
Wasn't it like a nickel back
I would
then?
have thought it would have been a nickel, but I don't know if he was trying to like just use pennies or what. So he's like shoving in the change, and then he has to call the operator. That's the one where you hit 0.
Yeah.
He has to call the operator and ask, "What's the number for the police?" Because they didn't have 911. This is like before 911. And she's like, "Well, what county are you in?" What? Was that really what I was like? So then they have to have a 5-minute conversation before he can finally, and then she hangs up on him, and he's got to like dig up another, exact change 9 cents or whatever he needed, in order to be able to finally call the police. And by then, the bad guys were there.
Missing that M1 pad?
I sure am. Who would have thought? How weird? How weird is that? Such a weird thing. All right, well, putting an M1 jumper on a phone that's definitely going to be error 27 is going to suck. But what are you going to do? All right.
Well, I would see
When was the last
if
time?
it boots up with both of them off before you do anything else.
I think I will do that. I will do that now that I have looked under door number 1 and number 2. Let's see if it will boot. If it actually boots and is recognized still as Joshua's iPhone, then we'll figure it out.
Miguel's asking if anybody's seen the post on Facebook where somebody showed a 6 Plus with Mason underfilled.
Yes.
I saw that. Chris Long showed me that. I think Jordan Wires posted it. It came in and
I don't
was
know
a
about Jordan
Apple
Wires,
number.
but one of the guys that came to the course posted that recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it came in for something unrelated to touch, and and this is a regular straight up 6 Plus. Something's up with this iron. I gotta get a new tip. Keeps cooling down. And it was totally an underfilled Mason. Which, you know what? Great job, Apple. I mean, I have to say, you guys had a problem and you solved it in an entirely appropriate way. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now we are going to see, but which TV Hulk? Classic 70s Bill Bixby or it was totally Bill Bixby. Yes, that's exactly who it was. Bill Bixby. With his weird kind of eyes that even his normal eyes are a little bit weird. All right, let's see if this will boot. All right, let's grab the orange bucket for 6 Plus. Yes, so we did see that, and if Jordan Wires posted it, that would be a second occurrence of that. Bruce Banner probably can, if he needs to. Hulk, no. Smash soldering. All right, let's see if this will boot. Let's scroll back, because I missed a lot. What's a payphone? Nice. Rapist, pedophile, criminal, or Democrat? Dirty Democrat. Of course, everybody's a Democrat in Baltimore City. Kidding me? Even me and Mark. Shh. Are you a registered Democrat?
I might be now. Yeah. I think I registered Green Party when I was like 18.
Oh, yeah?
But I think I switched to Democrat so I could vote in the primaries.
Yep. I think that I am still a registered Republican, which is ridiculous. But I really don't know. Because, no, your vote doesn't really count in New York, so who cares? Okay. Is that ultrasonic cleaner away from this room? Kind of. It's, you know, back there where you can see the tiles. So I see an Apple logo. Let's see if this thing can actually boot. And then if it can, then we'll just fix up touch for this dude. Yeah, so it's over there. It's got lines. That means that's not cool. I don't feel like fixing lines.
No, it has lines. When
Because it just has no mason?
Yep.
Hope so. You wouldn't use a heat gun. No. I'm going to make my own soldering station with blackjack and paint strippers. Do it with a dummy board. I was actually cringing when Lewis was using that heat gun. I was saying, go ahead, Lewis. I was going, go full wild PCS. My comment on that one was asking
do that on
him.
a MacBook. I mean, there's nothing that's underfilled in that thing. Just
You can totally
soaks
do it.
heat
Yeah,
up.
I don't know why he has to have all this fancy soldering stuff. He should just permanently use that. It's fine. I was asking him, is that a hot swap or cold swap? I thought that was pretty good. All right. Do you remember pagers? Yeah, of course. Beepers. What's the difference between a pager and a beeper? Was it something like if you were lame, you said beeper?
No, my friend Sean that I just stayed with has a pager.
Does he
Yeah.
call it a beeper?
No, he has a pager.
He calls it a
I
pager.
used to have a pager.
My dad used to have a beeper, like for work. Where's Dad's beeper?
It's very strange.
Yeah. Shouldn't the IC be an Intel and not Broadcom? No.
No.
What are you talking about? If you're really careful, it can work. Some of us still have pagers. Jeff has a pager,
Well, yeah.
but they don't use it. You know, they just kind of. What's up with this? What does this dude just?
I can't see.
Oh God!
What's up with what?
Whoops. Let's look behind. This is what caught my attention. Why is that dude a little crooked? And then I went like this. And then I said, why is that whole thing lifted? And then I went like this.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me! Fuck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
Oh, so we'll be
No proximity
streaming
or
till
anything else.
midnight.
No, we're not. We're not fixing that part today. We're gonna go for touch only. In fact, maybe it'll just solder itself back on there. All right, let's just drop a cumulus and mason on here, and then I know we'll let. That's a great student project. It is. It's a bona fide student project. You know, figuring out how to make all those dudes go back where they're supposed to go. Alrighty, let's start with our buddy Cumulus. Payphones here make free calls, but no one uses them. Why not, man? Free calls sounds pretty good. We used to have a payphone where I grew up. I grew up in Public Landing, Maryland, and Public Landing was had a little dock, and it was on the Chincoteague Bay, and there was a payphone down there, which they recently took out, and I thought that was a big old drag. So we used to, I mean, that's all you did on Friday nights was go hang out at the payphone and make prank calls. Mark, when was the last time you did a prank call? 2 weeks ago?
No, it was early teens.
Early teens? All right,
Yeah.
what kind of prank calls did you guys make?
You know, I don't even remember.
Really?
Yeah, I'm lame.
Most of our prank calls would just be calling like each other, calling up the radio DJ and saying you were somebody that you weren't and saying stupid shit. It was all pretty low rent. We were not into the anything that was remotely witty. It would be like calling up the local radio station DJ, which people did a lot, and people listened to that. The guy's name was Flash Phelps, and he's still around. And you call him up, and you could make a dedication. Did you ever do that, Mark? Did you ever call up a radio station to dedicate a song?
I did not do that.
You never did?
Nope. I would call in to request songs, but never to
You were never like, this one's going out to Samantha. Samantha,
No.
the last 3 weeks have been like the most amazing in my life, and I really think we're going to make it, Samantha. True love. And then ask them to play It's a Groovy Kind of Love. You never did that?
Never did that.
Never did that. Well, we would call from the payphone and make dedications from Mike Hunt and stuff like that. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, let's see. Is our cumulus flat? Looks a lot better. Alright, let's slap a mason on there and then get the hell out of here. But I can remember rushing over to the... Oh, I have to do that fucking jumper.
Yeah, you do.
Fuck, I forgot about that. God fucking damn it. And I, almost never have to do this repair. Are you going to be faster at this than me? Why don't I read chat and you can make this jumper? Want to?
Yeah, sure.
All right, great. Let's switch. Switch it up. All right. I've got some magnet wire and it... Oh, did you see my new thing there? I think it's kind of cool. That stand, it automatically magnetizes your...
Oh, this thing?
Yeah, you keep your screwdrivers in it so they stay magnetized. I think
That's cool.
At least potentially cool. All right, let me steal the mouse so that I can scroll over there.
Oh. What?
What? What?
Oh, God. This is a mess.
That's a rat's nest. So, Mark, why don't you tell everybody on stream about how amazing it was the first time you ever got to work at my station and what it's like now?
No, it was never amazing.
Yes, it was. It was amazing in your mind.
Yeah, it was until the reality.
Until
it happened.
Until you realized what it was like. Yeah, so Mark has told me about... Mark, apparently, on our website, or even on, the YouTube channel header, there's a picture of this one iPad mini that I fixed that came in for backlight repair that apparently was sent in by, the amazing Mark Schaefer, which I didn't realize until 2 weeks ago. And so then Mark was, when I identified him from the masses as an amazing talent and eventual protege. And then one day, finally, I didn't meet Mark in person until a year after we'd been working together.
Yeah.
And it was, then I went to Orlando for a conference and I was like, I'm going to drive up and see who the hell Mark Schiffer is, who we've been talking every day for a really long time. And then after that, that was when was that? How long ago was it until you came up to do the course?
That was
when was it that you first sat at Jessa's station?
I think that was in August, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then I came up to just kind of sit in and watch the first course. I think, was it September or was it October?
I feel like it was summer. Was it Lewis was still there?
Yeah, Lewis was there because I came up and sat in on
his last course was October.
Okay,
the one before Ronnie came.
Yeah, and we did one with all three of us there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it would have had to have been September, I think.
Yep. So Mark was like, "This is gonna be amazing," And then he sits down. He's like, Jess's station sucks.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, I'm actually sitting at Jess's station working on her tools. And then took about 2 minutes to be like, oh,
I
it's,
really wish I was at my station.
yeah, I wish I had my stuff here.
That's
Get
right.
this done a lot quicker.
It's interesting how far ahead the Soviet Union was. They introduced free call emergency numbers across the whole empire back in the 1930s. Yeah, you have to just guess where they go, all those little dudes. Beep beep sounds like something Roadrunner from Looney Tunes would say. Have you watched the people that call the tech scammers up?
I've seen that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, what do they say?
There's this one guy that does it, and like he fucks with them in a lot of different ways. Like they've had them download things like through the remote access tool that then infected the scammer's computer with some sort of remote access virus.
That's pretty good. We can't quite see you at your jumper spot.
Yeah, this thing sucks.
This sucks. There's no Barlow lens. I can't work here. Well, my favorite was my old grad school mentor, Scott Kern, who was a fantastic person. And he used to get disgusted with the telemarketers. And so his thing that he did all the time was he would listen and go, wow, that sounds incredible. Why don't you tell me all about it? And then he would feed the dog, and then he would drop the phone on purpose into the dog dish, and the dog would be like, Thomas Cass donated $2 through Super Chat. Thank you, Thomas Cass. And then the sound of a dog chowing down with a phone right there has got to be really disconcerting for the telemarketer on the other end. So they would start going like, Mr. Kern, are you okay? Are you all right? And the dog would just keep eating, and it would take them a long time before their initial enthusiasm at finally getting a hit would fade into, this is probably BS I'm getting fucked with. And then, yes, this is definitely BS, and okay, I should give up. What a fucking fucker, you know? I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, my thing that we used to do with telemarketers was I worked in the IT department of the community college for a little while when I was going there as a student worker. Mm-hmm. And we would every day 4 or 5 calls of telemarketers wanting to sell us some kind of technology, hardware or software or something. So we made a game out of seeing how long we could keep them on the line without actually having it go anywhere. And the longest we did, we got them for like 28 minutes.
28 minutes.
And it was a lot of, he calls asking for the head of IT, Mike. And we're like, okay, well, Mike's meeting with somebody right now, but he's almost finished. So I'm going to put you on hold just for a couple of minutes. And then we keep him on hold for 3-4 minutes, and then somebody else, the guy in the next desk over would pick it up and pretend like he had no idea,
Oh, like, can I help you?
Yeah. So then he would explain it again, and then he'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, Mike's available right now, and he'd transfer him, and then he would just transfer to the third desk over here, and he'd be like, hello, this is Mike, and oh, no, you need this other Mike. They sent you the wrong Mike.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think that would
it was fun.
That would be pretty fun. All right. Prank calling, good old days. You look like you lack sleep. Thanks, Paul. You look like you're a little bit of an asshole. But
I'm guessing Paul doesn't pick up a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Paul doesn't pick up a lot of tails. That's funny. Pick up a lot of tail. That's hilarious. Why don't we say that anymore? Hey, Paul, you got some trouble getting some tail? A couple of hot broads down the street. There is one out there where the scammer ends up putting syskey on his own computer. Very funny. The best one I saw is where the guy accessed the scammer's card payment records and refunded like $27,000 worth of charges to scam people. That is pretty good. I like that. That's pretty classic. I finally pulled the trigger and opened a repair shop with a guy in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and we're starting to get really busy. Your videos have helped me fix some phones. Thanks for posting videos. And you're commenting too down from another guy from Arkansas. Are you guys gonna be BFFs? All right. And they're gonna start a YouTube channel soon too. Hi Jessa from Germany. I'm very fascinated fan. Fascinating man. We fascinated a man. Awesome. Fascinated fan of your work and input. Thanks for your great work.
All right, I think we're ready to test this now.
All right, test. Yay! All right, do we still have that wad of components? Are they still stuck on there? Ish? Do we need to straighten anybody up to avoid a problem? Yeah, they're all still there. They're fine. We'll deal with them tomorrow.
Yeah, that's okay. I've never seen those guys come loose.
Yeah, you can only do that with candle wax. Candle wax will just rip them right up. It'll be funny. Why you gotta stream at the same time as Lewis?
Lewis is always streaming.
Yeah, because Lewis streams constantly. You know, this is our one stream for today, and we're gonna be in and out in a half hour, totally reasonable, and Lewis can continue to rant for hours and hours. So. Oh yeah, Michael Oberdick. You made some comment, or somebody referred to you in a comment on Lewis's stream, and Lewis is like, what? It said, oh, it was asking you, by the way, while that you're here. The question was, what's the difference between how Lewis would handle a, warranty issue on a cracked screen that kind of really wasn't a warranty issue versus how would Michael Oberdick handle it? That was the question. Except it didn't say versus how would Michael Oberdick handle it. It said, how would Michael Butterfly handle it? What? It said Michael Ober Butterfly.
Ober Butterfly?
Yeah, and it was like, what the hell is that? Oh, does touch work?
Yep, touch
Yay!
is working. So
all right, do you have a path to data? Like, does it
slide
need to
to
update?
upgrade.
All right.
So.
Okay. Well, we're not going to press that until we stick those dudes back on there.
Yeah.
Yay, fixed. Yeah, so it turns out that Michael Oberdick is not allowed on Twitch or YouTube. One of the censors changed it, and they just changed it to Butterfly. Michael Ober Butterfly. Isn't that hilarious?
Wow.
Yeah, that was hysterical. All right, so is there earwax in it? Not anymore. We cleaned out all of the... we're done. If you chose to go hang out with Lewis, then you can go watch the stream in a little bit.
100% earwax free.
100% earwax free. Oh, he didn't use his first name. It just said that. Lewis is blaming you for both his broken hot air stations. That's impossible.
It's
really,
your fault you gave him a hot air station.
Yeah, I did a horrible thing. I gave him a JBC engraved with the words God's dick for Louis Rossman on his, I think, 27th birthday. The Weller, I didn't have anything to do with. So I have no clue where he's linking that up together. And then I was like, why are you such a pussy? Just replace the heating element on it. And he's like, well, I already did. Because I'm like, this was the one that was the demo anyway, that I bought from JBC as demo to give to him. I mean, it's not like I'm going to go buy a new one for Lewis, And so it's like, that wasn't even a new heating element at the time. So why are you bitching that the heating element failed? That thing's old. And he's like, well, I already replaced it. You already replaced it? Well, so he jammed some piece of metal up into it and caught the thing on fire before. Yeah, so so that happened. And so now he's pissed that it broke again after that. But hi, Jessa. Do you think it's okay to ban for someone asking Lewis why he wants his channel? Yes. No. No, that's not okay. No. You absolutely should be banned for that. I mean, here's the thing. And this is why I'm sad that he decided to make me not be a moderator. It is inappropriate It is inappropriate to force people or ask people to talk about things that they clearly don't want to talk about. So if somebody writes a question on here that says, how much do you pay Sunday? I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to address it. I'm going to not even read it. And it'll be obvious when I read 3 things above it and 3 things below it that I'm choosing to ignore that. And if you post a question like that and you see that Lewis ignores it, there's a reason. You've said something, and it would be just like in personal conversation if someone asks something that you don't want to talk about. So he seems like he's incredibly direct, and he is, but he's incredibly forthcoming about every detail of his life. But that doesn't mean that he's not entitled to privacy about some things. And there are things that he chooses not to talk about, and it would be, and it is absolutely rude to not pick up on that and not ask those kinds of questions. All right. Michael Butterfly, yes. Mark, you look like a young Beau Bridges. Look at that.
Wait, who's Beau Bridges?
You're too young
Really,
to know
he's a
who-
really, really hot guy.
Oh, all right. I'll take
All
that.
right, yes. Lewis Rossman sent me here. Jesus has come from Lewis. Thank you, Lewis, for sending Jesus to our channel. All right, let's see. That's what they said. If it's personal, then is. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm gonna build. How do I ban this guy?
That's
Is it-
in
is it
Twitch chat,
Twitch?
and
Alright, I'm gonna have a
I
hard
don't
time
know
banning
why
that
Twitch
guy.
chat isn't loaded there.
All right, that's fine. Oh yeah.
I thought Twitch is supposed to be all like the nice guys. That there's none of the
Yeah.
YouTube
So
cancer
right.
in the
So
Twitch
let's
chat.
let's like kind of ditch that guy. How do we do that?
I don't.
I don't think we can do that here.
Yeah.
Nobody put the opposite
Lewis is a
test-
mod here. That's so wage gappy to stay a mod on her stream.
What?
the
She
opposite
sold me
test means
defective
the lowest
goods.
On
What?
top of the
Sold
kids'
sold
table?
involves. Here's how. Hey Lewis, let's review what the concept of sales means. When you sell somebody something, that means that money flows from them to you. That's what a sale is. You give them the thing and they give you money. That's a sale. If that event doesn't happen, then it's not a sale. So the difference between a sale and an event where a thing transfers from one person to another and money doesn't come back, that's called a gift. It's similar but a little bit different. So a gift is a gift is a gift that somebody gives you because they want you to be happy, and what's the appropriate behavior when you receive a gift, even if you don't like it, and I tell this to my kids, is that you say, thanks, and then you can throw it away or stomp on it. You could do whatever you did to the ties I sent you. You could do whatever you did to the cookbook I sent you. You could do it. All those things that you shredded and threw away. You don't have to use them. You don't have to like it. But if you do use it, that's great. But what you can't do when someone gives you a gift is to think of it as if it was a sale, because gift and sale are two totally separate things. And you certainly can't complain about the eventual lack of function of a gift, or am I crazy? This is how the world works, right, Mark?
No. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're given a gift that you're unhappy with, the appropriate way to deal with that is to then give it to somebody who will be happy with it.
Yes, re-gift. That's
Yeah.
a whole other concept of re-gift. Yes, exactly. So for
I say just
example,
return
yeah, or return it. That's what Sunday does. So if you, let's say someone were to give you a JBC, and let's say that 4 years later the heating element dies, and so you decide you don't like it anymore, then what you could do is you could re-gift it to Mark, for example, and Mark would probably be really, really happy.
Yeah,
He would
that'd be
thrilled.
great.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, exactly. Or you could re-gift it to Jean, or Sunday, or anybody here. That'd be great.
Or I mean, he could return it for a full refund.
Yes, you can return it to the seller for a full refund of all fees paid. Yes, you're, welcome to do that for sure. All right, so we fixed this, and one of our new things that we're doing is getting out of here on time, and we're almost right on that.
Yeah.
That is really funny. It's funny how Lewis seems to have a particular talent for breaking things, but is apparently a successful repairman. Well, how do you think he got into this? All right, that's funny. All right, let's just get to the end really quick. Michael Oberdick is taking flack. Is that Mark? Is that Mark? Nope. This is Matt.
I'm Mark's better looking brother.
This is Mark's twin, a better looking twin, Matt, who's even a better micro-solderer. He just fixed a touch job with an M1 jumper. It's pretty good. Please don't ban me. Oh, I will ban you the fucking second I can. I've been waiting to ban you for years. I can't stand that guy. All right, let's see. It was Mark at the unconference. Yes. Lewis, can I have the cookbook? That was a great cookbook.
Gave Lewis a cookbook?
Yeah, I did. Like years ago. It was called...
1,000 Ways to Cook Tofu?
No, to burn tofu. No, it was called... What the fuck am I going to make? Or something like that. What the fuck am I going to cook? I think that's what it's called. I think that's pretty funny. It's just for efficiency's sake. Who can read 90 comments a minute? What? Shiny, happy iPad rehab. That doesn't make any sense. If you... What does this mean? What? 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 None of this makes any sense. What? Can I have the cookbook? What the hell is that? Oh, wow, you can see like Twitch memes on that thing.
Cool.
I ordered 30 cc's of Amtech 559 from eBay for $22 shipped.
You got
And
30
what you're
cc's
getting
of Kingbo.
is 30 cc's of Kingbo for $22 shipped. But it's going to come. Here's my prediction. I'm going to predict the future. When you get your Amtech, it's not going to look like this. This, by the way, came from Louis Rossman at mailinrepair.com or whatever it is. Yours is going to have a shiny little hologram sticker on it. And that's how you know it's fake. All right. Let's get to the end. Good luck with your fake Amtech. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, I had some here. I had some... Oh, here we go. Here's some fake Amtech right here. Here, hold that up so they can see the little thing. Fake
It's
Amtech.
not focused very well.
You know, it's like the face focus or something like that.
Yeah.
There you go. Fake tech right there.
And this here's another one. With
There's
the hologram sticker.
another
They did
nice
get the
fake
green
one.
label this time.
They did, except it's like the orange kind of flux, so you know that's bad
Yeah.
right away. Yeah, exactly. Not enough fixing. We're done. This is supposed to be a quick stream, so we just want to like read to the end and get out of here.
We're 2 minutes behind the
We are
comments
getting
now.
really close, though. Look how fast we're going. Just Pepe's Who Cares? Bring your dad to work day. What? Stuff I don't know what they're talking about. No. I made sure it said fake in big print before buying. Okay. $1 million that Mark sent me. I don't know what that means.
Me either.
I will absolutely ban that guy the second that I can. I don't think I had. Do I not have any Twitch mods?
No, you have no Twitch mods.
Okay, let's make
That,
this guy a mod.
Yeah,
How
I
do
was
I make
gonna
that
say
guy?
the hi guy. I don't know.
He's a block user.
Don't know how to make people mods.
I don't
on
know how to
Twitch.
make mods. If I figure out how to make people mods, there we go. I think I blocked a user, maybe. Not really sure. I have a receipt for my JBC from iPad Rehab. Really? I would like to see that. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Newsflash, if there's any kind of Pepe on a receipt, then it's definitely fake. You'll know, here's how you know, this is what all bona fide iPad Rehab receipts have on them. They have to have on them a hologram. Or else they're fake. I might have made it myself via TeamViewer and QuickBooks. QuickBooks. I don't think I don't think he has access to my QuickBooks that I know of. All right. Yeah, how do I make this guy a mod?
You have to do it on
I think you have
Twitch,
to do it.
and
We
I
do
can't figure out how to make Twitch have chat again.
All right. If someone does not have a retail shop, what benefit would they receive from paying for your training courses? If someone doesn't have a retail shop, lots of people come to the course that don't have a retail shop. But someone asking a question like that would likely receive no benefit, and so therefore you shouldn't come. But just the fact that you don't have a retail shop doesn't mean that you shouldn't necessarily come to the course. We don't require you to have a retail shop. People should come to the course if they have. Someone was asking about it today, who was saying, do you have a newbie course, or what do you do for people that are really inexperienced? And the course is extremely general. You don't have to have any incoming knowledge at all. If you have the aptitude to sit and follow one of these long-ass live streams, and you're interested, and you have the analytical mind, you care enough to watch the whole thing despite all the stupid rants and bullshit stories about, the driving the 16-year-old doo-doo brown car to Baltimore and all that other shit. If you kind of stick with it, you put up with all that, and you have that kind of perseverance and tenacity, and you find it really interesting and captivating, and you can kind of follow along, then you are a good mind for the course. So the course will teach you technical proficiency, and you'll learn how to change chips and connectors and things like that. But mostly what the course does is it teaches you how a phone works sort of overall, and it teaches you how to think about a problem. So it kind of gives you a good sort of schema to troubleshoot a problem from the beginning to the end, to know where the money is, business decisions in micro-soldering and board repair, what to avoid. And it sets you up to be able to leave here expecting that for the iPhone 8, you'll be able to figure out and solve whatever ends up being the signature problems on that device. So short detection and common faults, and how to start at a connector and look at a schematic and figure out what everything's doing. That's what the course is all about. All right. Let's get to the end of this so that I don't want to be too long. Let's see. I gotta beat this guy. Did you get the data without an issue? Yes, we did. So we have that phone recovered, and all the data is there, no problems. And we did rebuild backlight so that it'll go back with a nice phone that you can actually hold and see everything on. All right. Remote printed it out for you, the receipt. That would be pretty funny. What do you teach that you don't show in your videos? I'm not sure. I mean, the course is really standardized at this point. So we kind of follow a format where mostly a lot of the course is I do what does every component do? How do you measure it? How does it fail? An overview of how phones work. I don't think I've talked about that on YouTube anywhere. And then we kind of work through a generic backlight circuit, which we've done before on YouTube. And then we assign different devices that have backlight problems, and then ask the students, now your turn. So you have to figure it out. Now apply. Figure it out for an unknown device that you don't know the circuit. You've got to figure it out from the schematic, and then look at the board, troubleshoot, measure, figure out what your problem is, and then solve it. So that's sort of what they do on day 2. Day 1 is a lot of how boards are built, how they're made, and that really changes your thinking. We talked a lot about thermal mass, the mechanics of soldered flow, and how important this appreciation of thermal mass is in microsoldering. And then we do like funny examples and things. I'll teach them on Day 1 how to harvest a connector without damaging it. Everybody can do that as part of student projects. And then we have monitors. We can watch everybody solder. So we can go around, and what you don't get it from a video is that like that one little thing that you're doing that you don't realize. You know, like we can tell you like a common thing would be you're just touching it too lightly, and I'll tell you if you're going to heat it to correct that. So it's nuance. It's an art. We'll teach you the sound, look, and feel of what it looks like when flux is bubbling and moving and you've got the right airflow. We'll teach you how to read that station. It's the art of it. It's the why you can't just plug in numbers in a temperature on a station and go. And then Day 3, we'll just take stuff off the rack and just start working through it. We try to see as many devices as we can, with as many problems as we can, and I will lead them with me through thinking on that. And a lot of that's real similar to YouTube. But then I assign them an open-ended data recovery that I know it can be solved, and it requires them to be creative and kind of think outside the box. So they have to work together as a team to figure out this data recovery, and every class solves it, and it's a really fun one. And so they do that. Thursday, everybody has to actually do a successful micro BGA chip change. So that's a requirement. Everybody's got to have success. So we'll teach you how to address pulled pads, and we'll just sit there and watch you. We do it one-on-one. You know, me watching you get your first micro BGA job to work. And then after that, then you kind of go back to fixing your shit pile that you brought from home, which we consult on and guide you as you kind of think about things. So everybody's always sort of working on a project at all times, something they brought from home or something off the queue, and kind of getting just guidance. Mark is fantastic at he never tells anyone any answers. He'll just ask the right questions to move you along until you figure it out yourself. So it's all about learning how to think. All right. Let's see. I'm disappointed that he hasn't remote printed your page. Our printer is working great because we fixed it.
The one that showed up in iTunes is the one that was made. So why did the one I made in iTunes not copy of the Where is it?
Okay, let's see. I'm looking down here. Why am I banned from both streams?
When I go to iTunes, is there something wrong with making it a backup from? I don't know.
Did you figure out the mod on Twitch yet? No. We can't see any of Twitch. I'm guessing that I can figure that out later. I don't know what Mark did over here.
Which is, this may be the question as to whether we...
Let me see if I can find my dashboard. I would like to find that out. Dashboard. There's some chat. All right, so let's see.
Did you figure out how to pull the Twitch chat back up?
Yes, Mark, I did. If you would like me to mansplain it to you, I will be happy to do that. All right.
Could you lady-splain it to me?
Lady-splain it? All right, let's see a comment on Twitch from somebody that I recognize so that I can make some Twitch mods. Because I think we need to have that.
Yeah, where's that? Hi. There he is. Right there.
Okay, there we go. This is a chat. Yes, it is. All right. Where can we do? That's a message. How do we...
What's the lightning bolt do?
What does lightning bolt do?
I mean,
That?
that or this or...
It'll be like, it deletes that guy. That doesn't help me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Would it be woman splitting? All right. Hi, 217. How do we make you a mod? Tell me. Mm-hmm. Does that highlight mod user?
Yeah, so it was
Yeah,
a
that-
lightning bolt.
I clicked that already. Work, motherfucker, work.
That
All
should
right,
be
let's
it.
see. Okay, so we think we made you a mod.
Maybe. Or maybe you made him a mod and then yeah, there, he's got his little like
He's got
sword.
his sword. Yes, we figured it out. Haha. We'll make lots of mods. There we go. All right, we'll make this guy a mod too because he looks like he's on the up and up. Great. There. Now we've got some mods. Yay! I've already made my first victim. Fantastic. Okay. I want a sword. Just Google it. Nope. Off with the head. Yes. Thank you. All right. Okay. So now I don't think there's anything else in here that we need to see. All right. It's time for us to go to bed so that we will be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for the course tomorrow. So we will see you guys next time, and we'll have the students just finish up this phone for us tomorrow.